My name is Leslie Day and I work at the Royal Cornwall Hospital, Treliske, and I am an estates officer. The hospital is based in the southwest of Cornwall. We are the only acute hospital down here. We're a 500-bed hospital and part of my job role is to run and maintain the services to site. The original pump station on site would have dated back to when the tower block was built in the 1960s. Originally we started with 3 rusty old chamber lids on top of the first level of the station, and these were always a risk to us because they leave the chamber effectively open and exposed. If you wanted to gain access, it's just a case of lifting the hatch and you know, accidentally falling in or animals falling in, and these again were the age of the pit, so they were in no fair condition. Our original submersible pump sets were no longer maintainable by our in-house staff. This was just due to the training requirements needed to enter the first part of the chamber, and for that you had to have your confined space entry tickets, tripods, harnesses, breathing apparatus. A lot of it was just far too costly for the trust to do in-house. The beauty of the equipment all being above ground is it means that all of our guys can access that fairly easy. It's all inside one nice neat little package that they can all maintain. Our site's grown and grown and grown in volume. Our patient levels are higher than they were back in the 1960s, and the type of products we've got going down into the sewage chamber have changed. We now live in a very disposable world where it's more of you use a disposable wipe to clean things down, and for infection control purposes it's either bin it, or what tends to happen a lot of the time is it's popped in the nearest toilet or sluice and is washed down and sort of left for someone else to deal with, which still ends up being the estates department in-house. A couple of years ago I was introduced to Andy Hornabrook from Smith & Loveless. They advised us to move towards a single channel expeller, which since then, over 6 months ago, we haven't received another problem from since. All in all, it's worked out really well. We've almost forgotten we've got the pump station on site, which for us is a fantastic position to be in comparison to where we were previously. The Smith & Loveless EVERLAST gave us an opportunity to have an all-in-one product brought to site on the back of a lorry and quite literally slotted in and plugged in and off we go. Initially, looking into the different variations on submersibles compared to the above ground station, it allowed us to maintain no disruption to the hospital whatsoever. And from a reactive team's point of view, you know, that's fantastic. We could ensure that we had all the services running right up until switchover, and the new equipment was good to go. The Smith & Loveless EVERLAST product that we've got on site is very quiet. We're on a site where, although there are lots of buildings spread out, the unit's placed directly near wards and opposite a golf course. Since the installation, we've got a little pod on site, and I'm not sure most people are even aware of what's going on over there. I'd 100% recommend the product onto any other hospitals looking into this type of equipment. You can take back ownership for your equipment without relying on contractors to come in and tell you what's wrong with your product. Your own in-house team are there, all trained by Smith & Loveless to be able to deal with any faults that they may or may not come across in future.